Happy Tuesday, all. Welcome to Tuesday Mornings. I'm Billy Scott, and this is A Daddy's Story. And we talk about life and life's challenges and different things. Today, I got a special, very, very special guest, my wonderful daughter, Journi, my youngest daughter. And as you can see, she is such a very pretty lady. So we're going to have a little bit of silly fun with Journi today. So, Journi, can you tell me everybody a little bit about yourself?
I'm going into 8th grade. I do sports. I used to run barrels and I used to talk shows. So
What else did you do?
I did 4-H.
What else did you do in 4-H?
I did cattle judging. Well, livestock judging, mainly cattle. Horse quiz bowl. Duds to Dazzle, which is a fashion contest. I did fashion show. And that's mainly all I remember from that.
What kind of animals did you have? Do you have?
Steers and heifers, so cattle.
What'd you like about that?
Like all the animals, they had a different personality. It was fun to get to learn their personalities and grow with them while they grew, and it was just fun.
What all did you have to do with animals? Like, what was some of your involvements with your cattle?
I had to work with them on showmanship, like wash them, feed them, take them to shows.
Kind of like having a big pet, huh?
Yeah,
A really big dog
yeah.
with a really funny name. Do you have a favorite one?
I had one heifer that I really liked. Her name was JoJo. She really liked being a show heifer, so
Yeah. What color was JoJo?
she was white.
Was she easy to keep clean?
No.
I bet not. I remember JoJo. It was a lot of work. I think JoJo was everybody's favorite. I think she still is. She's still pretty spoiled.
Yeah.
What'd you like most about the animals? Did you like most about showing or just raising them, raising babies from them, or what?
I'm a really competitive person, so I really liked the showing part, and I really liked raising them too, but showing them was a big thing for it, so.
Sounds like livestock and cattle is kind of a passion for you, huh?
Yeah,
What about rodeo? You mentioned horse. Tell us about rodeo stuff and your horse stuff.
I have a black and white paint. She's around 9 years old. Her name's Gemma. I barrel race on her, and she's a really good horse to barrel race on.
How's it feel running barrel patterns and pole patterns with her?
We didn't run poles as much. She wasn't really a pole bending horse. But she was really good on barrels, so just felt like you were flying because she was so free and open.
Yeah, Gemma's a pretty special horse.
Yeah.
You got a pretty good bond with her?
Yeah, I feel like I do.
She start hollering when she sees you at the fence?
Yeah.
Make funny sounds with her lips?
Yeah.
Does she give you the stink eye when you come up after you hadn't seen her for a little while?
Definitely. She has a good personality and a funny attitude.
Pretty unique personality, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of a special horse. Was your steers the same way and heifers? Were they kind of the same way?
They all had different personalities, so you have to do different things with them to make them want to cooperate. Like you'd either have a steer that really wanted to be a show steer or one that absolutely hated it, and then you just had to do different stuff on all of them. Like if you had one that didn't want to do it, you had to work with them all the time. Then ones that really loved it, they were just easygoing.
So it's pretty challenging getting them ready to show and working with them and then getting them to show correctly in a show ring on show day, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's definitely if you have over, well, if you have, even if you have two animals, they're completely different personalities. You have to do different work on all of them. And so, you're just doing different things, so, it's all scattered around.
When did you start showing cattle?
whenever I was 3.
Would you recommend to other kids to showing livestock?
It definitely helps you learn a lot of skill and leadership and ton of different things. Teamwork even. Like even though it's an animal, it really helps you learn how to work as a team.
Teaches you how to work, teaches you how to take care of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you find with those teaches you how to um, set a goal and obtain a goal and challenge and work at it to get that animal ready for target show day, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Um, what's your favorite show that you went to?
It's a mix between Houston and Fort Worth. I
Tell me
will.
what's the difference between the two?
Houston, it's a slick show, and then Fort Worth, it's a hair show. So Fort Worth's definitely really competitive, but they're both overall really good shows, and they've been shows that I've done pretty good at for the numbers that were in all my classes.
So, what do you think you gain the most out of showing livestock and
Mm,
having animal projects?
probably responsibility.
Responsibility is a good one. Yeah. What do you think you gained out of the horse project? What's the most thing you learned and gained out of a horse project?
Probably teamwork.
Yeah. Teamwork with your horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have lots of friends and do you have lots of friends that you met and people you met with showing livestock and rodeo?
I met a lot of friends doing both. I met more friends doing stock show though. There's more people around. There's more people. It's like you're working as a team because you're all split up in the counties and y'all are working together as a team. And it's just y'all are all together and it's just fun.
Do you see those kids at different places all the time and families?
Yeah, I actually see a lot of them most of the time.
Yeah. Nice. You said sports. Also, you like to do sports. What's your favorite sports? What you like to do that you've been participating in?
My favorite's probably track. I know that's not a big one for people to have as their favorite, but I really like running. I'm good at defense on basketball. For never playing basketball, it's always like I, sh- I don't know. It's a
Is
mix
this
between basketball and track.
basketball and track? Hmm. Well, you're pretty tall, so basketball works into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite running event?
I was on the 100 and 200, and then long jump. Long jump, I really liked long jump. I was really good at that. And then out of my running events, I really liked the 200 because that's the first thing I started doing. So that's what I stuck with and what I learned with. And then eventually they added me on to more events.
What do you like about running?
I don't know. It's just like, it's, I find it like mind settling. I've always, I used to not be a big running fan, but like this year, once I started getting more like in shape and athletic, it's definitely helped me change into like being a great athlete.
Do you like running short distances or long distance? What do you prefer?
I'm good at both, but definitely sprints, short distances.
Okay. Can you tell me about a fun time that you had with sports? A fun, silly time.
All of the like, it was always something different at every track meet. We either met people, we definitely met along a ton of new people along the way, and I know they mainly do this in cheer and club volleyball, but we write like something encouraging on a clip and we clip someone with a clip, and we met a ton of people doing that and people doing it back to us, and it was really fun with that, and then all the bus rides up to track meets, and
Nice. Lots of silly fun times.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember a fun, silly time stock showing? Something that's fun and silly that you remember?
Um, One time in Houston, we went to a concert. That was the day, like, during the show. It was fun. That was cool.
Who was the concert? Do you remember?
Cody Johnson.
Cody Johnson. He's pretty special. He's pretty awesome. Huh?
Yeah.
Kojo's the man. What about a fun, silly time with any of your stock show friends? Do you remember any kind of a fun time or experiences you can remember that sticks out?
With some, the with one girl in our group and a few of my other friends, we used to walk around. Like, we always walked around and looked at the shops and stuff, and we always, like, had a fun time doing that. And then we met up with other people from different places, and it was just, but we had a lot of fun memories, but we were all too competitive to, like, enjoy them.
Really?
We had a really competitive show group, yeah.
Well, it's a competition, so when you're in a show ring, I guess the competition is on, right?
Yeah.
And when you're out of the show ring, it's just fun, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, fun and lots of work, but lots of fun too. Did you enjoy going to stock shows and traveling and all those trips and stuff?
It was fun, yeah.
Did your brother go sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes he went to go help out.
Yeah. Did you have fun was it fun with dad and brother there?
I don't know,
Zane's what?
Zane's not that fun of a person. He likes to be a fud dud.
Oh, why does he like to be a fud dud?
I don't know. It's because he's old.
I think he's jealous because little sister's outdone big brother is what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's it like to be a 13-year-old and in 7th grade in junior high today?
I used to be really shy in elementary school, and now I'm, like, more out there, and, like, with my class, we're all like a family.
So when you were little, you were shy. How did you learn to be able to get out there and be out there and put yourself out there now that you're in 7th grade?
I was really shy until I met my friend Tinley, and then once I finally got a real friend that I really enjoyed being around, that's whenever, because we had that a friend group and we were all comfortable around each other, but mainly I was comfortable around Tinley because she was the first person that, like, came to me and talked to me, and it's just like I've been close friends with her since 6th grade, and now we're really close, almost inseparable, and she's definitely one person that, like, helped me get out there.
Tinley's one of our bonus childs. Tinley's part of the family. So, did you think with being in showing livestock and 4-H and all those activities, do you think those helped you learn to put yourself out there and not be afraid of people and give you confidence?
It helped, but I was always really shy. So,
Yeah, I was too growing up.
yeah.
So, today's 7th graders and junior high, do y'all have boy crushes? Do y'all like boys? Do the boys like girls? What do y'all call everyday thing now in high school?
I know people usually call, or like younger kids, or back before we came into middle school, we called it crushes, like if we liked someone. But like if we're talking to a boy or girl and we like them, but like we're not what we call dating, then we call them our huzz.
Your what?
Huzz, Huzz.
Huzz,
Yeah,
huzz.
yeah.
So if you like
And
a boy,
then,
he's your huzz. If a boy likes a girl, she's his huzz.
yeah, and then if they're ugly, you call them a chuzz.
Wow.
Because the CH stands for chopped, and we call ugly people chopped.
Oh my gosh, things have changed so fast. So let me get this straight. If a girl likes a boy and you're talking to a boy because you like him, or a girl, vice versa, that is what y'all call dating. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So do y'all ever,
Either that or we call it talking.
or do y'all actually ever go on a date or anything?
Sometimes we go out with each other, but like we always have other people with us because we're all too scared. Most of the girls are too scared to be around the boys by themselves because we're scared that they're going to be mean because our boys, like I said, they have big egos. I
Boys
don't
are
know.
butt
We
heads.
just don't like we just don't like being alone with them because we'd rather be around each other than anything because like this probably is really bad to do to a boy, but like most of the time if I'm like hanging out with a boy or talking to him and then like me and all my friends do this, we invite like a few friends with us and then it's just a boy by himself and then like four girls and we're all just like teaming up on him and it's hilarious.
That doesn't sound like fun if I was the only boy. So, if you like somebody, they are your huz.
Yeah.
Wow, times have changed. So, if y'all like a boy and you're dating a boy, it's just basically status. You're not actually going everywhere on a date with the boy, right?
I mean, sometimes we'll go to the movies or like something like that, but like I said, I always have a few friends with me because I like,
When
yeah, having
when
my
have
friends
you
with me.
been actually on a physical date with a boy? Have you ever been on a physical date with a boy?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't like being alone with them.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Remind him you got a big daddy
Yeah.
and you got a mean brother. That's real protective.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you were talking about Zane a little. Like, how do you think that your brother and your dad are similar, or are they very different?
I feel like mainly similar people butt heads a lot and they butt heads a lot over work. They're really ingested in work or they really like work. They really like building things and falling off of ladders. That's a hobby of theirs. They like falling off ladders.
You think?
Yeah.
So that's happened more
You
than
fall in a
once.
lot.
Happens.
I find it a hobby.
You find it a hobby.
Yeah. Zane freaking fell off a ladder and then fell on top of him. Y'all are clumsy. Y'all may be worse than me.
How many times have you fallen?
Too many to count.
Name me a time that you tripped and fell
Um,
recently this last year.
recently, I've fallen a lot. I don't know. There's like a lot of times. Like one time I tripped and, well, my feet stuttered, and then I think it was the other day, and then my friend decided it'd be funny to push me in the pool, so Tinley pushed me in the pool. So, yeah,
So is Tinley a partner in crime?
yeah,
Does Tinley instigate stuff or do you instigate stuff? Is Tinley who's the leader? You or Tinley?
we're each other's leaders.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Who out of all your friends, who's your favorite friend to spend time with?
I feel like it's a mix because ever since I moved schools, I've been really close with a girl named Serenity. So it's in between Serenity and Tinley.
Hmm.
I definitely see Tinley a lot more, or I've known Tinley a lot longer, but yeah.
Yeah. What's you and Tinley's favorite thing to do?
We have a lot of favorite things. Either make fun of Zane or make fun of you.
Why do you want to make fun of me?
Because you're fun, like, not like make fun of you, but like,
Am I
yeah,
just easy prey?
yeah.
So what do you do to make fun of me?
Like one time we all tried ganging up on you and push you in the pool and it didn't work because the others ditched me because they were too scared to get pushed in the pool.
What about another time?
Um, I think one time you tripped. It was either you or Zane. One of y'all tripped and like, then we made fun of you. Like, we really like making fun of people, but not like mean, but like, I don't know.
What is a favorite time that you and I have had together, went somewhere, done something? Can you name a favorite time?
We haven't really gone that many places with like just us. We never really have the time to do that. But a few times we've gone. One time we went to like a stock show with just us two. And I think we went to Slitterbond a few times. And those are what the times I remember mostly. And then sometimes we go to stock shows by ourselves. But now that I'm older, I take care of this stuff because one time you glued a mini Hereford's hair stuck to its. Yeah, that was not.
Is what?
You glued, like, you tried fitting a mini Hereford and you glued its hair to the extreme. And then we couldn't get it out of its hair. And it was like, why? Because of the tail adhesive. So we don't trust you fitting anymore.
So the shows that you liked the most, was it when you were younger or you older?
Probably older because I remember them more. And, like, yeah.
What did you like? What did you like about us going to doing together? Is there any fun times other than me messing up the fit job on the mini?
Sometimes you get kicked and it was funny. Or stepped on.
So as long as I got the blunt and abuse, huh?
Yeah.
Any other fun times at home or anything?
I remember one time you almost caught your hand on fire. That was funny. Even Zane was laughing. And he don't laugh.
He don't laugh much.
No. He's very serious.
Journey, you said that showing's very competitive. Like, what do you remember, like, the first time or the biggest show you won? Like, what was the feeling like when you won?
One time I got first in my class at Austin with an AOC, which is all other colors, ton of bulky calves, and it's really hard to be competitive in an AOC class, especially if it's like, no matter what, it's competitive. But especially AOCs, I find heavily competitive because there's just a mix of cattle out there. They either get thrown out of their class or they don't have a class to fit in, so they go in that class. And it's always just a mix of calves, and it's always really competitive. But I did win my class at Austin with a lightweight AOC, and I found that really memorable.
That was a pretty tough class, pretty tough show that day.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about your dad?
I mean, you treat a lot of, well, Tinley especially, like she's your own daughter. I find that really heartfelt. Even though sometimes you pick favorites.
How do I pick favorite? If anybody's a favorite, it's you.
Sometimes you pick Tinley as a favorite.
Whatever. We just took Tinley in. You wanted to adopt her. We couldn't adopt her, so we had to just kind of take her into the family.
Yeah.
Do you remember a fun time that you and I've had together, where you and I were actually doing something together?
He used to drag me on work trips a lot. To like Odessa and stuff. And then like, I don't know. We've gone on a lot of road trips. We went to, where was it? Corpus Christi?
Mm-hmm.
We went to Corpus Christi together. And then an eel swam under his feet and he lost his mind and started screaming like a little girl and started crying. So that was funny.
On what?
Because an eel like swam under your feet and you freaked out.
Oh. Do you enjoy, glad that we have been able to stock show and do that kind of stuff and have all those experiences and all those kind of things?
Yeah, I think it was a big part of my life, and that's like, I don't know what I would have done without it. I probably would have just been a bored kid in the backyard laying on the grass. I don't know.
So, what else do you like to do at home besides the animals when you're at home?
Either hang out with Tinley, swim if it's warm, play volleyball in the backyard, or sleep.
I take it sleep is a lot, especially at 13.
Yeah.
So if things were tough and there was a bad problem or a bad situation, who would be the first one you would call?
Tinley, because she bites people.
Because she fights people?
Bites.
Bites?
She's
Does
a
she bite
biter.
hard? So if you and Tinley were in a bad situation and you needed some help, who would you call?
I don't know.
Would you call me or Zane?
I'm really iffy on that.
Huh?
I wouldn't call Zane because he would make fun of us after and bully us.
Would you call me?
Either that or we'd figure it out ourselves, because there's been a lot of situations where we got stuck and we got yeah, and we had to figure it out ourselves and use teamwork on that.
It's pretty creative. Where did you learn all those skills at? Where do you think you learned all that at?
4-H, because it's a big team effort.
Yeah. And what else?
Stock show, 4-H, I don't know.
Yeah.
I never really did anything else
Yeah.
during my childhood. Those during
Those are the life lessons.
teamwork, yeah.
Well, do you still enjoy doing that kind of stuff?
I feel like it's fun, but now that I've been more involved in sports and stuff, I'm leaning towards that a lot. On my mom's side, there's a ton of basketball genetics. I don't really hear sports that much from him, but I know my uncle Jared, he still holds a school triple jump record. My cousin, they were both track stars. They were really good at track and basketball, volleyball. They were all really good at. My whole family was always really good at sports.
Yeah, you pretty much got that on both sides. I think you got to be pretty athletic and a lot of agility to be able to drag a big 1,400-pound steer around and ride a 1,500-pound horse at Mach 5 or whatever it is, don't you think? Hitting barrels.
I feel like barrels is more technique than athleticism, and I feel like that's more technique and having a bond with your horse. Because if you don't have a bond with your horse and your horse doesn't like you, they're most likely gonna flip you off and just buck and run off, and they're not gonna want to cooperate. They pick up on your mood and they pick up everything that you're thinking, and so it's more technique and relationship with both. I feel like it definitely, with steers, it definitely requires a ton of strength. I wouldn't per se say athleticism, because you're being active, you're walking around and you're carrying, you're dragging a calf. But that's mainly strength than anything.
So you're fixing to go into 8th grade. What are you excited about for 8th grade?
Probably sports, because I'm signed up for everything, so. And I'm just ready to get it over with so I can move on to high school and be 4 years closer to college and get out. Then I'll be closer to getting my driver's license.
What do you think you want to do in college?
You
have any idea that you want to major?
I've leaned towards a ton of different things. Either I want to do cosmetology. I'm either that, veterinary stuff, or an ultrasound tech.
Texas Tech has a new veterinarian college school in Amarillo, so that would be awesome little target to shoot for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Since you know all the stuff you knew about animals and as sharp as you are in grades.
Yeah.
It goes by fast. One more year, then high school.
Oh, yeah. I'm just ready to get my driver's license so I can take myself places.
So you can what?
Take myself places.
Ah, yeah. I can't wait for you to get your driver's license too, because you get to be my errand girl.
No, thank you.
Was there anything any questions you would like to ask me?
I know we've talked about this a lot, but like, what sports did you do?
I did everything. I football, wrestled, played some basketball, ran track, played some baseball.
What track events?
Track events, 100, 200, 400, sprint, and hurdles.
What about field events?
Field events, I didn't do any field events. I was always running.
Were you good at running?
I was okay. I wasn't great, but I was okay. I pretty much did track because our track coach was a weight weight and conditioning coach for football and baseball, so he put us in track because we needed to be involved. So pretty much we went from one sport to the other.
What position did you play in football and basketball?
Basketball, I played the 2 years I played off guard. I was a shooting guard, played off guard. Football, I played offense and defense. I played inside linebacker, and I also played a little bit of tight end at one time. And then wrestled. We just wrestled. And then baseball, I played all over.
Were you good at baseball?
I was pretty fair.
What was your best sport?
I didn't really have a best sport. I liked them all. I just like sports. I just like being involved. I like playing. I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed the teamwork, but I also enjoyed the personal challenge. I just enjoyed being physical. I just like the sports. The competition.
With even like if it's like 1A to 6A, no matter what, it's always really competitive, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like our junior high sports, like our junior high teams, we aren't the best, but we have a really good junior high boys track team, I feel. We have a pretty good relay team for our girls, and then we were all really good at track. They were like, before I joined, our group was good. Like, they were okay with volleyball, they were okay with basketball. They were just like, it was first year, so they were just all like scattered, since it was more competitive, and it started going into UIL, and it was just. And then with Alcove, I know our boys basketball team was really good. Our 7th grade boys football was not that good. Our football teams were not that good. But our 8th grade boys were really good at football. Our girls were really good at volleyball. They won number 1 in district. Our A team, 7th grade girls. And then 8th grade, I don't really know. But I know our B team, 7th grade, got 3rd or 4th in district.
Any other questions you might have for me that you'd like to ask me? Are you excited about this podcast thing? A Daddy's Story? You looking forward to it?
I hope you do good and go far with it.
No, glad you have support.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have more stories. We'll do some more stuff. When your little sidekick gets here, we'll do a little story, you two together, silly story. And then we'll have some fun along the way.
She should be getting here soon, too, so.
Well, that's the wrap today on this Tuesday morning story with my wonderful special guest, my wonderful daughter, Journi. And a little chit-chat fun her and I got to have today. So hope everybody enjoyed that, and I guess we'll see you next time. I had a feeling that I belong. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone.